Let's move ahead to discuss sampling methods. A sampling method is a way of selecting a sample from the population. In other words, a sampling method is a way of recruiting participants to be in a study. The two major types of sampling methods are random sampling and non-random sampling. We'll discuss both of those. Let's talk about random sampling first. Random sampling is using a random drawing or lottery system to randomly select people from the population. When random sampling is used, every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected to be in the sample. In survey research, one way that random sampling is often done is by dialing random phone numbers. They've invented computer programs that can dial random phone numbers to reach possible participants. If you've ever received a phone call from an unknown number and the person at the other end asks you to take a survey, then you've experienced this. Another way of doing random sampling is a random phone book search. You don't see phone books as much these days, but it's possible to do random sampling by randomly selecting numbers out of a phone book. The other type of sampling is non-random sampling. When non-random sampling is used, there's no random drawing involved. When non-random sampling is used, the researcher selects people non-randomly from the population, and the members of the population don't all have an equal chance of being selected. If a researcher picks and chooses who will be in the sample, the researcher is doing non-random sampling. For example, if a researcher goes to his or her friends and family members and asks them to take a survey, the researcher is doing non-random sampling. Also, if a researcher puts up flyers or advertisements in a public location and waits to be contacted, then the researcher is doing non-random sampling. In that situation, the researcher isn't using a random drawing or lottery system. The researcher is waiting for people to decide to contact him or her.